Okay, we're going to open the floor for questions. If you have any questions for Leaf, please use the Zoom hand raise feature and I will call on you. All right, first question from One Tap Valorant.
Hey man, congratulations on the victory and good luck in the quarterfinals ahead of you. To follow up on that Team Liquid question, I was just going to ask you, who would you consider your biggest threat on that team individually?
Individually, probably Navarre or Yampy. I think they kind of have like a mix of individual like aim and also like mental. They're both pretty smart players. They play really good at their roles that they do, and if they have a good day, they're pretty hard to beat.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Next question from Upcomer.
Hi, Leaf. Congrats on the win. What are your thoughts on Vision Strikers and their performance at this tournament?
I think they kind of pressured themselves too much with the press that they did. I remember just seeing like an interview where they said that they're the best team here. I also think that, to be honest, they're kind of like overrated. Like they're really good, but some of the things that they do is just kind of like too readable, and it's like they really need to learn how to like be more flexible.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next question from NSG.
Hi, Leaf. Congrats on the victory. How do you feel about being the first North American team to make it out of groups and on to the playoffs?
It feels pretty good. Obviously, we all watched Sentinels yesterday, and that was kind of disheartening as an NA fan, I'm sure. Yeah, I mean, I'm expecting Envy to make it through, but you really never know. Nothing's like free, basically, so it feels good to at least be secured in our spot.
Thank you. Next question from One Tap Valorant.
Vanity mentioned in the press conference a couple of days ago that it's kind of difficult to play against teams from other regions due to the lack of scrim experience in between you guys. Would you consider that being the case today or not really?
You said today, sorry?
No, yeah, was that the case today or no?
No, not really. Vision Strikers doesn't really change what they do, and I feel like we were kind of comfortable. We have Zeta and our coach Autumn, who both are from Korea and played on C9 Korea, or Autumn coached C9 Korea and Zeta obviously played on C9 Korea, so they were familiar with how their players play and like their play style and their like mentality, I guess. So it was pretty easy.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Next question from The Click.
Hello, congratulations on the win against Vision Strikers. Obviously, you guys made it to this point off of qualifying from the LCQ. And so I'd like to know what has been the progress like for this team to grow from being within the brink of being of elimination to now standing amongst the top 8 in the world.
It's been a very like rocky road, I guess. Beginning of the year, like spring, we were third in Iceland qualifier and it looked pretty good. For Berlin qualifier, we obviously didn't even make it to close qualifier, so that was obviously a terrible like circuit, And then LCQ, we signed Vanity. I think it was really good. We lacked like a true like leader on our team. It was kind of like hard to capitalize on like fix our mistakes because we didn't have a true like leader in game. So yeah, I mean LCQ was kind of easy. We lost that one BO3 to Rise, and then we were like, just need to straighten some things out and play more together. And it kind of the same here. We lost that BO3 to Fnatic, really close match, and we were like, just need to focus up for the next ones.
All right, thank you. Next question from Upcomer.
So we know Gambit's Redgar has been giving out little gifts to everyone at Champions. Have anyone from Cloud9 received any of his little care packages yet?
Individually, I don't think so, but we got his like, I guess, goodie bag of candies and stuff, and they're honestly pretty good. There's some dried fruits in there too that are pretty good.
Is he as wholesome as he seems in person?
I haven't talked to him in person, but just from like interactions with the like community and what I've heard, he's definitely like a positive guy. It's kind of hard to hate Gambit. They're such nice people.
Cool. Thank you.
Thank you. Next question from One Tap Valorant.
Team Secret and Team Vikings are about to hit the stage and play their final game. Who would you consider favorites in that matchup and why?
I think Team Vikings, I think Brazilian teams are really good with momentum, and if they can get an early start, then they can definitely snowball the game. Also seems like they just have a lot of like energy and stuff, and they're really like passionate. So I think that goes a long way when you're on stage.
Yeah, I agree. Thank you.
Thank you. Next question from The Click.
Does the fact that all four EMEA teams reaching the group stage by as the first seed of their respective groups, is that indicative of their position within the Valorant competitive hierarchy, or does that mean like they're superior than all the other regions?
I think it's hard to tell. Obviously, like I think the people or the team that wins it all is obviously going to be like people are going to say that that region's better. But I think every single game that every EU team, it wasn't like it was a complete blowout. The only one that was kind of Ascent Envy, and obviously like Envy had to play from the hotel, and Invictor had COVID. So I don't even know if that's like a true indication of how like good Envy can be against EU. I think it's really, really close, like maybe on the same par, and I think it really depends on the day and like maybe matchup dependent and like individual days that separates like EU and NA.
All right. Thank you. Are there any other questions? All right. I think that concludes our scrum for today with C9 Leaf. Thank you so much, Leaf, for joining us.